Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. This week, we're going to be doing something a little bit different because I'll admit, I have been feeling a little crappy. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, and I was originally going to do a toy hunt today, but even that was just, I was so low energy, I just couldn't do it. So instead, I thought we'd try something that I've actually been thinking about for quite a while now. I want to share with you the first couple of episodes of If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device by Brother Alphabusa, I believe is how his name is pronounced. It's a little bit of a strange name, so I'm not sure I'm saying that 100% correctly, but I'll make sure to put a link in the description and everything. But if you've not heard of this, which I'm sure many of you probably have, but if you haven't, it is a hilarious parody of Warhammer 40,000. It's actually what introduced me a little bit more to the lore and really exposed me to some of the Primarchs because I hadn't really read too much of the Horus Heresy. So this is sort of my major introduction, and I love some of the characters in this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 1. We're here in the Golden Throne Room. And it's my favorite character immediately, Kitten. He is the best. Good. Excellent tech priest. Feeble flesh. It's okay. He's allowed to have feeble flesh. He's allowed to. It's what we all want. We all want to be able to converse with the Emperor. Secretly, deep inside, even Chaos wants to be able to talk to him. This feel, I know this mood. I know this mood really, really hard. You have restrained yourself, you sweet, adorable kitten. Toasters? Oh, that's right! I forgot that was an ongoing joke in this for a little while, that they just want toasters. And here he comes. Oh, I'm sorry, we weren't in the Golden Throne. I was wrong. We were outside of it. I mean, this is gonna be glorious. Yes. Yes! My best, okay, so legitimately my favorite thing about text-to-speech was the fact that the Emperor just has the absolute dirtiest sailor mouth. He swears all of the time. I like to swear all the time. I know I don't normally in my videos, but...
That's bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit? It's not fucking bullshit. I don't swear often in my videos. But in real life I actually do. I have a really bad potty mouth, and I sympathize, or no, not sympathize, I relate to the Emperor. Yes, that one. The Ultramarines, the toilet seat insignia Marines. I'm surprised more people don't actually use that as an insult, instead of just calling them Smurfs, but I guess Smurfs is just easier, it's less of a mouthful, right?
That's excellent.
The greatest little derivative pile of blueberry pudding pop fuckery that has ever blazed the surface
I have to compliment the writing in this series, immediately off of the bat. Just between the Emperor's ridiculous just insults, and then Kitten's just trying to be a good boy. He's just trying to constantly be a good boy in this entire series, and it's amazing. And then when we get to some of the Primarchs, oh man. Yes! Also, some of the art that they end up using for the puppets and how they do the animation in this is just freaking amazing. Oh.
I'll see what I can
do. The low, slow, dramatic pauses of him going, well, how do I explain this? As the Emperor starts asking about things that have happened because he's just not aware of the shit that's gone down. Why the few you?
Oh, greetings, my
Glorious Emperor.
It is an honor.
I'm not sure also, I mean, maybe, you can tell me in the comments below, would Grey Knights really be the second person to be able to come in and talk to the Emperor when he got a text-to-speech device? It'd be the Custodians and then the Grey Knights? Would that really be who it was? Or I mean, Gilliman's around it. Is he around in this? I don't know if he's around in this point, actually, in this world. I know he's currently in our modern 40k. We are the hammer! Yeah. The mightiest of Grey Knights. Oh, we'll see him later. I do hope a lot of you have seen this already, and I'm not spoiling too much, because I know I'm talking about stuff that happens, like, way later, and I don't know if we'll get to it or anything in this little series that we're trying, but oh my god, I just fucking love this show. Desist.
What in the fuck? That is actually very cute.
Yes, it is!
Look at its little legs and
Okay,
size
so
of
part of
the
my
world.
obsession with the chonky boys, the chonky Terminators, and all of that kind of stuff is partially because of the Emperor's also obsession with the chonky boys, and I just think it's great. Like, I thought it was adorable, and I agreed with him wholeheartedly that they were super cute and absolutely glorious. It was amazing. Well, here, let's actually make sure we go through that. Also, best song. Best song at the end. Yes. Alright, that has been episode 1. We got a little introduction. The Emperor has gotten his text-to-speech device. We've learned that he swears like a sailor and has some very clever insults, and I'm sure he's going to have more. So let's go ahead and jump into episode 2.
So, let me get this straight. It has been 10,000 years since my
it has.
asshole of a son Horos made me a paraplegic, and
Yes.
John was
Yes. Yep.
That is correct, my lord.
How the fuck did you all survive
So,
for
in this
10,000
series, they
years
start off
without
just,
me around?
you know, him dealing with, like, learning all of the things that have happened since he fell to Horus and got put on the throne. But eventually, what ends up happening is they actually, like, kind of build into a narrative and start, like, telling lore and, like, trying to continue the story. Because this is, I think, came out... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was coming out originally when 7th edition was around, and I don't think GW was really moving on the plot in 40k, and I think this was like a massive fan attempt to just like talk about fan theories of what's happened, where Primarchs are, what's gonna go down, like what could the world end up going into, and that's what they get to with this. I've not finished it. I'm not... He's so good. I love the movement. I just love the way that they bounce them to show the speech when they don't have, like, actual subtitles for everybody else, and obviously there's no mouth flaps. But, like, this is just such a great series, but I really do love this intro part where he's just like, let me ask about all these various things. And then he's just aghast at basically everything. Stop that. You shouldn't hit yourself,
Okay.
Emperor.
Remember the age.
Don't do that. It's bad for you.
Aren't you referring to the Age of Apostasy, sir?
No. The Age of Strife.
The Age of Strife.
Let me tell you.
And then occasionally
It was
he'll
when
give
asshole
stories.
Cygers first started appearing, and all
With
of asshole
clever
mankind
language,
started
and it's
fighting each other
great.
over asshole reasons. That is when I first emerged.
But legitimately, this was the introduction for me for a lot of the lore, and I'm kind of curious, how many of you learned more about the lore from this than you did any of the books if you've not read a lot of the books? Obviously, I assume if you've read consistently the Horus Heresy books and all the other lore that they come out with and that, you're probably very familiar, but like for me, as somebody who is new, this was kind of my like hard entry in with a like just amazing comedy backdrop behind it all to really make everything just glorious. Later on, because one of the things that also just totally drew me into this just parody of Warhammer 40k is, I mean, I've talked about it a little bit already even in this episode, is just the puppetry and then a lot of the art that they end up using, like him. It is true happiness. It is. I don't know, I can't remember specifically, spoilers, if that is the specific one that turns into, I don't know if that is the specific one that turns into Dorn later, because Dorn is like represented in one of those particular models, or if it's a different one. But it's amazing, and if you've ever heard me go, Father, it's because I'm quoting Dorn from this, because I just absolutely love it. It's, I think, the thing that stuck with me the most. But we have another episode to cover, so let's move on to episode 3. Alright, so we're on to number 3. I don't remember when we meet my third favorite characters from this series. But the Custodians, not Kitten. Kitten is lovely. He is lovely, but he is armored. And I'm not talking about the armored Kitten. I'm talking about my naked boys. The other Custodians in this, were majestic.
All of their own
And I really...
to profess
They
their
also
love
are obsessed with jizz, actually.
Really sorry.
That was good timing for me to refocus back on the words of our glorious emperor and listen to that word of all things. For those that know, you know. Now, I hope we see them soon. I don't know if they're in episode 3. They might be in episode 4. So if you like this, make sure to hit that like, tell me in the comments below so we can continue to talk about it and just like go back through text-to-speech and remember all of the glorious times that the early episodes were and everything. Because I really, really want to get to the custodians and their nakedness. Also, I really want that art. I need that art. I know it's on like some obscure card from one of the card games.
Name I've ever heard. Goat Van Dyer. Seriously, how could you ever trust a guy with that name?
I mean, it's true. How could you?
G-O-G-E Van Dyer.
G-O-G-E.
That name is just screaming, I'm going to take your eye sockets and put my...
It does kind of sound like gouge, actually.
I mean, fuck.
Look,
fuck.
my lord. The events of the Age of Apostasy is all a great shame upon the Imperium, but he was born.
There's a lot of
justice in
great
the
shame
end.
upon the Imperium, let's be
I
fair.
was even
There's a
there.
lot that's happened
Several have
that
started
probably
chatting
greatly
nonsense
shames the
with
Emperor. In fact, we'll probably get to some of them more in this series. If we don't continue it, you should absolutely go watch Text-to-Speech yourself because it is just... it's just so good. And when they get into the more major plot stuff too, it just gets even...
The sacred God Emperor himself, upon the golden throne of Terra.
I understand. This is also a mood.
I've never
I
seen
mean,
anything
he
as
can't
close
judge
to
her
the
because
majesty of
he
all
had
time.
the exact same experience.
Okay,
Oh, okay, I forgot he didn't judge her. I was waiting for her to be like...
I'm so unfathomably jealous I could burn you all right now.
She should.
But
She
I
can't.
won't, so don't worry.
She can't. She probably couldn't, but she should.
Right.
To be able to take his place
Anyway, as
and
you
then
can
bathe
see,
the
Van
Emperor.
Dyer's not the one you're supposed to be looking up to. He doesn't do anything but deceive to gain more power.
She's
He's
not
a
listening to
madman,
him.
And his reign of blood must be stopped.
She's not listening to him at all. She's fantasizing. I relate.
Listening?
No. No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I spaced out. The Emperor has some quite divine-looking abs.
He does.
Actually, those are just bones jutting out. But anyway, I know you've observed Van Dyer for a long time, but his megalomaniacal ways must
The casual just like throw in of some of these things, and then like, okay, Games Workshop really likes to avoid any of the lewd anything in their world. I love that it's really embraced in text-to-speech. That's one of the things that just makes it amazing.
You have perverted and twisted the path he has laid for mankind to tread.
It's a great speech.
Your own decrees have stated there can be no mercy for such a criminal. I renounce your lordship. You walk in the darkness and cannot be allowed to live.
Yep.
Your sentence has been long.
This is also, I think, actually the first time I had heard of this. Like, the actual Age of Apostate. I don't know if I had, like, I think I'd heard of it, but I don't think I had gotten the full story until this actual episode.
I think I remember that too. Some girl came in here and stared at me with depraved, flustered eyes.
Yeah.
If I had the proper bodily components left, I would probably have gotten a fairly insecure boner.
That's the adept
See?
authorities for you.
I mean, they
You
do.
haven't made female
Tell me,
space
no, don't.
beings,
Never
have
mind.
you?
Never mind.
Huh?
We're not gonna go there.
No, that isn't even possible. Only lewd and deviant artists of pen and parchment ever come up with something like that.
Yeah, I wish there was more. I wish there was more of that in the community. If I'm honest,
The
I do.
Adeptus Astartes can only
The
contain
Adeptus
no
Astartes.
girls allowed. They are yucky.
Whatever you say, my lord.
So what's up with this
I do wish that was
position
like I know it's a thing, but it's silly. At least I think it's silly. I think there should be lady space marines. But that has been the first 3 episodes of Text-to-Speech. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this. I know I enjoyed going back through and like seeing it again. It's been a long time, and honestly, I do want to do more. So if you enjoyed it, make sure, like I said, to leave a like and leave me a comment down below. Tell me your favorite episode. What are you looking forward to that we get to? I'm a little bummed we didn't get to the naked custodians, but you guys can help me actually see them on camera with y'all, and we can squeal about them together and then discuss how I can find their card art and get it printed on a large canvas so that I can get it framed and have it on my wall, because that is one of my ultimate goals. Before I head out, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be doing this, so thank you very much. I have been Angela, and have a wonderful hobby night.